Okay, so we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Kolpa, and we're here on the NoPody Studios live stream, where I have the opportunity to interview Mr. Ray Leonard Jr., the CEO of Ovationz. So let's get right into it. Welcome, Ray. Can you please give us a brief overview of Ovationz, its mission, its vision?
Well, thank you, Sarah. Ovationz is the premier platform that brings talent together in a global audiences all across the world. I've been a speaker for many, many years. And when the pandemic hit, like a lot of us, like we couldn't connect with the audience directly. And there was no real virtual platform or platform that was out there that was for speakers by speakers. So we decided to create something that was going to be special, but also give an opportunity for people to have a direct connection, not with just their local communities, but also the global audiences and people that wanted to hire them directly. I think we've done an amazing job so far at pulling everything together. Super excited about the massive amounts of talent that we have on air and the bookers. When you're trying to create a two-way marketplace, it can be difficult because you have to have both sides working together. And so, as we grow our community, as we introduce our talent and to new opportunities, we are going to have so many ups and downs, but it's going to be just a fun ride. And so, I'm super excited about where we've gotten to this point.
Yeah, it has been an exciting ride for sure. And then I'm just curious, more of a like a depth to the background. Can you go into your story as a speaker and how we can inspire more speakers to join the platform and your profile specifically?
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my background and how I joined the studio and how I became the CEO of one of our flagship companies. I started out way back in the day thinking I was just going to be this professional athlete. Like a lot of young people, you have those dreams of being a professional athlete or entertainer or actor, something like that. And, because my dad was an athlete, it wasn't the normal kind of conversation that most parents have. It's like, find a real job. So I was pretty good in high school. I played football and two sports in college, in Division I college at Ohio University, ran track and field. Then I became a sports agent after my NFL career didn't work out. So I started to figure out how to be a businessman and entrepreneur. And one of the biggest things that is in businesses, especially as an entrepreneur, is figuring out how to communicate and figuring out how to galvanize people around you. So I learned that at an early age of how to speak and move an audience. But I never had a passion about being a speaker. I was like, I can't be a speaker. I'm not trained to do that. That is a whole other thing. That is Dr. Martin Luther King. That's, the presidents. Those are the folks that are speaking, these ambassadors, these, diplomats do that. Not me. I'm a young kid from Palmer Park, Maryland, from the hood. So that's not an opportunity for me. But as you grow and learn in business and grow and learn as a person, you get to figure things out a little bit more. So after I sold my company when I was 26 years old, got into finance. And then from there, I moved into consulting after the crash of the market because I didn't like dealing with finance after 2008. So moved to California from Atlanta, Georgia, and started doing some consulting with different sports companies, different organizations. I ran the logistics for the Olympics in 2012, 2014, and 2016. So I have a unique background and a unique asset of being a global person. So when I started to speak, it was kind of by happenstance. My business partner in the consulting company was a backseater in F-14s for the Navy and asked me to come down and speak because I was volunteer coaching her sons and my son. And she liked the way that I presented to folks. So I went down, spoke at the Naval Yard down in San Diego and had no idea what I was doing. I just was talking, just telling my story. But I guess it kind of moved them. So they asked me to come back again. And the third time, they said, if you would do this again, we would pay you to go here and do it. And I said, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll go do it. But what am I going to talk about? Because for me, I thought I was changing my presentation every single time.
Right.
And so I finally got a mentor, finally got a coach to actually teach me how to present, how to put together a presentation, whether it was 15 minutes, 8 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I can stand on stage and present to whoever and condense my story or make it larger as it needed to be. And so I started traveling around the world, hundreds of thousands of people a year on these different military bases from Bahrain to Japan to Guam, all over. And it became a passion for me because it was like therapy. You know, I'm on stage talking to somebody about me, which I never like to talk about, but it was also being transformational because I was talking about destructive behavior. And when you started to get the impact of somebody sending you a message and saying, what you said to me made a difference. What you said to me today kept me from wanting to take my life. That is impactful. And so when that happened, you know, I said, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life until, of course, the pandemic happened.
Right. And then now, you know, the whole world is really living in daily virtual events, right? And especially with companies who maybe are back in office, they still are connecting with folks outside of the on-site meetings. And there's definitely seems to be a need for these virtual offerings. And so you mentioned something about, you know, shorter form talks, 8-minute offering and longer form talks. Can you speak a little bit more about Ovationz as an opportunity for bookers to book both short form and long form?
Yeah, so let me back up a little bit on that because when the pandemic happened, we all had to learn how to live in a virtual world, and the connection had to be some form of camera to camera. We couldn't be in person. So it kind of changes how your perspective is of what the world is. And we live in such a digital world right now. So whether we're together or whether we're not together, it's not going away. We're still going to be in this digital world for forever. And with the advent of AI and all these other things that are happening, we have to learn how to function and communicate, not just in person, but also on a virtual stage. And so my biggest thing about having this opportunity of creating this company was to make sure that it didn't 100% feel just like it's just virtual. So, I ran sales and marketing as vice president in different divisions for years and years, and always had like stand-ups or tried to figure out how do I keep my team motivated? Because at some point they're gonna stop listening to me. they need something else to kind of change it up a little bit. And so with Ovationz, you're able to do that. You're able to bring in somebody that will galvanize your team, give them that energy, but do it in smaller fractions. So when you look at like TEDx and TED Talks, they give you like 14 to 18 minutes to get your whole point across, because they've done the research and found out that people's attention spans can wane at that time if you're not changing it up. Mm-hmm. So with the meetings and with Ovationz, to being able to do what we call our 8 minutes Ovationz, is give us an opportunity to be in shorter snippets, get somebody in to excite your team, to get their message across, and be just that little bit that you need as a business development tool, but also as a tool to just get your team motivated and moving. Whether you're a small salesperson in Denver, Colorado, or in Idaho, or you're a big conglomerate company, we have something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So it sounds like Ovationz is really packing a punch for impact on the global scale.
That's the whole game. I mean, that's the whole of what we're doing is being disruptive. Because for years the speaking industry has been so old and slow. Like you have to go through 5 or 6 different managers. You have to have somebody specifically that's set up to try to make sure that you get this thing moved forward. And then you're paying heavy rates to get this in. You're paying travel, you're paying hotel expenses, you're paying everything. Then that's something that we're making it easier for you to actually get on demand. You can book today and have somebody on as easy as tomorrow, as early as tomorrow, onto your meeting or whatever else it is.
Yeah, it really sounds like Ovationz is modernizing this space. Absolutely.
When you think about it, for most people, if you want to go hire a coach or a speaker or a trainer, and you go to the Google machine and you try to figure it out there, you get so many different options and different things. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what you're going to get in return. And it's different than most industries because people driven. So when you're hiring somebody, you have to be, as sure as you can to know what you're getting. And Ovationz does that. We make sure that you're getting high quality people for shorter periods of time. And it's basically for the folks who are on the platform, it becomes like paid business development. Like you're getting moved and shown to an audience that you would never have an ability to speak with or talk to. So, that's what we talk about building this community, about being disruptive, is giving the opportunity to not just the A-list folks who get about 80% of the speeches, but also the emerging speaker, to give them an opportunity to grow their balance and to grow their business and brand. So I'm really excited about the progress that we've made to this point. And, the industry is going to have to evolve like the rest of us.
No, that's true. And you just spoke to the benefits too of the talent and the booker, just simplifying the process for both sides of the coin, right? And I'm seeing some folks, hi Nick, hi Amanda, they're commenting saying, hey, howdy, hey. That's one of the favorite things I've seen too about Ovationz is it's not only revolutionizing the process of finding and booking talent for bookers, it's also creating this community. And the community mindset and everyone supporting each other on this journey. And you spoke to that yourself a bit, where you were first becoming a speaker and you got a coach and you learned how to know better, do better. I see your book, back there.
There you go.
And yeah, that's huge. Wonderful. And you spoke to the differentiator too about talent really having business development, and it's a tool for talent and it's a tool for bookers. It seems like it's a tool for talent to really promote their brand and their message and share their story, and Ovationz is helping them monetize their time and connecting them with bookers who either know they're bookers, like for example event planners, or bookers who may not realize they can book a motivational speaker for their sales team.
I'm put that up because that's one of the things that I want to explain, like what is talent or who is what we call a booker, right? So anybody can be a booker. Like we make sure that our pricing and the talent and the options are there, that if you're a PTA mom and you want to have somebody to speak to some issues that you're having, you can hire them through Ovationz. If you are a coach and you're having issues with your team and you need to hire somebody to motivate them, you can book that through Ovationz and it won't kill your budget. But it gives you the opportunity to have somebody different, somebody who has been there, somebody who they'll respect and love to listen to, that they may not have had an opportunity to hear, come and address them directly. So we're talking about live presentations. We're not just talking about pre-recorded stuff. We're talking about live presentations from some of the best experts around the world. So when you look at the talent side, it's a whole different thought process. And then from the booker side, what we call bookers, like I said, anybody can be a booker. You don't have to be a mega million conglomerate company. You can be, like I said, anybody that has a desire to help yourself get better. Like you said, better, you do better. I believe that our community is going to help each other grow and grow the audiences, because when I would get calls from different organizations and say, here, do you have somebody that can come in that we can book? We're having a hard time trying to get this person or this person or this person. We don't know where to go. We give that one-stop shop. And then it's almost like we're promoting everybody on the platform, and then everybody on the platform is promoting each other. So you have that automatic referral base. And we have this in the background. Once you do a presentation, we give Ovationz, not just from the people who are in the audience, but also from the community, and also from the people that actually hired them. That kind of gives them a rating and say, how do we do? And so we want to make sure that every single person that we have on here, speakers, coaches, trainers, experts, to be able to give that standing ovation worthy presentation, 5 claps all the time.
Right. No, and it's great to see too. I don't know, for folks watching, if you're on LinkedIn, you can see some of those standing ovations NoPody Studio has given for a couple Ovation speakers they've booked for their leadership meetings. It's been excellent to see that happen in real life.
So
That's great.
it's funny to say that too, because one of the big things as we build a company, I'm CEO of Ovationz, but I'm also one of the co-founders of NoPody Studios. And so one of our big things is we talk about would I use that in development of the company or in development of solving a problem, would I use that? And so I ask, the folks that I go out to when I'm talking to strategic partners, when I'm talking to different corporations, when I'm, addressing different audiences, asking the question, would you use this? And as I explain it, and as we talk about it and show the solution, the light bulb goes off. Like, I can do that. Man, the whole game changes now, because we're not just focused just on an association or a corporation. We're focused on the broader narrative and having everybody have an opportunity to, make your event or life a little bit more special.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when as we're wrapping up this live stream, I am curious, what would you say your top 1 or 3 call to actions are for listeners today?
So number 1 is, go take a look at the platform, ovationz.com with a Z, ovationz with a Z.com. Go take a look at the platform, see some of the amazing speakers that we have on the platform already. We're constantly growing our numbers every single day. Kind of go around, check the ease of what it is to search the functionality of how you can actually find folks in different areas. One of the cool things is that we have a calendaring space where you can actually check the availability of somebody. So if you have something last minute tomorrow, okay, I need to get this amazing person, you can go in and check and see if they're available and book them right there. One-stop shop. Click the easy button and make your event better. Make what you're doing better. So that's one of the number 1 call to actions is check us out. Go see us. Number 2 is leave feedback. Once you go through the platform, like I said, we're for us, by us. Right, for the speakers, for the bookers. I want the industry to be on notice that this is a place where you can come share, because we'll make the platform better. We're about solving solutions. And so, the more feedback we get, the better it is and the easier it is for us to say, this is the number 1 trusted place to go to. So that's number 2. And number 3, once you go to this platform, once you, love what we're doing, give us some feedback, book some of our talent. Try it out. We have all budgets on there right now. But give some of these folks that you may not even think about, give them an opportunity to see them and see how they can benefit you and benefit your organization.
That's wonderful. All right, folks. Well, it was great having this conversation with you, Ray. It's great to work with you. I'm excited to see Ovationz, grow and succeed and just ultimately be a resource for folks living in this virtual world.
Thank you. And make sure you guys go follow us on all our social media platforms. Everything is Ovationz on LinkedIn, Ovationz on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else, Threads, all that other good stuff. Follow us, communicate with us. We'd love to hear from you.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And DMs and what would the best email be for folks to email if they have feedback or want to get in touch with the team?
Say hello. Hello at ovationz.com. Hello at ovationz.com. So
hello at ovationz.com.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Take care.